Om Shri Mahaganadipataye Namaha. Welcome to another video from Stepping Towards Liberation Group. Today's topic is: am I really making spiritual progress? And why my remedies are not working for some problems which I have. It's a very interesting topic, and also it is a very important topic for people who are doing spiritual practices, because we may be having some doubt, like whether we are really making progress or not. So let's discuss the topic. Just to be a little organized, we will go through a slide. It is not mandatory that we need to stick onto the slide only, but the slide will give an idea like what we are discussing, and it can be used for the future reference also. Let's get into the topic. So when we do something, we expect the results. It's very common, and also it will come. Okay. So when you work for an organization, you get salary every 30 days or 2 weeks once, whatever. But the salary doesn't come every hour, or they will not deposit your salary every day. It has a format like bi-weekly or sometimes monthly once. It will come. So the basic understanding is, if you do the work, it doesn't give immediate results, but the results will be captured, and the result will come when particular time is arrived. Okay. So, but it's easy to understand that, because we all know that we are going to get the salary after a month. So we don't need to worry about that, because it is known throughout the world that everybody who works for the whole month will be paid by the end of the month. And everybody is confident because they have already got so many paychecks, and say that they don't think about whether the corporate will give a salary for the next month or not. And that is not even there in their thought process, because they very well know that result will come. It means the salary will be credited at the end of the month. So now the biggest question is, similarly, we are doing some spiritual practices, and we have a doubt whether my spiritual practices are really working or not. It means we got used to this corporate culture where we expect the results in 15 days or 30 days, or daily, if it is a daily wage person, like every day. The thing is, the expectation from the corporate which employed you is to get a salary of maybe a couple of $1,000 or $5,000 or $10,000 or whatever it is. For that few thousands of dollars, you need to wait for 30 days. And the outcome of your spiritual practices is what we need to question first. Before we question that whether we are making progress or not, the first question is, what is that we are expecting from our spiritual practice? let's not discuss what we should expect, but we all know that we expect permanent happiness, which is liberation. Okay, that is the ultimate goal of any spiritual practice. That is what it is. Okay, if somebody else is having some other opinion or some other expectation, it is okay for them. But the ultimate goal of any person who is doing a real spiritual practice and his expectation is correct, then the expectation should lead that person to liberation. Okay. So now let's come back to the corporate. If you are expecting $5,000, suppose a person's salary is $5,000 per month. For $5,000, you are working for 30 days. Suppose your expectation is $1,000,000. What is the timeline? It may be some years. Okay. Suppose your expectation is $30,000. Then you need to do the work for 6 months. And now the question is, the $30,000 you expected and the $1,000,000 you expected, and after you get that, is it going to fulfill you for the whole life, or your satisfaction is completely served? Never. Even if the corporate gives you as a bonus $2,000,000 also, suppose a person is having some chronic disease and he was told that he will die in another 2 months or so. Even if the corporate gives him $10,000,000, he cannot get his life back. So this 10 million or 2 million or 3 million, whatever million the corporate is giving, is not going to give you permanent happiness. But from God, we are expecting the permanent happiness. So for the $1,000,000 you are expecting from the corporate, you have to work at least for 2-3 years. Okay. So if you are expecting permanent happiness from God, how much time we should put effort? We cannot even imagine, and we are not capable of judging the answer. Okay. You cannot and you should not. Because the reason is, we don't know where we are right now, how far we are from the target. What I mean to say is, maybe a person has done a lot of progress, then he may be close to the target. A person has not even started anything and he keep on doing his regular materialistic activities and he never even think about spiritual progress, then he is very far from the spiritual progress. So you cannot even judge how far we are from the target and when we are going to get it. But the ultimate truth is, whatever effort we are putting in the life, it will never go waste. Okay. And we will definitely get liberated, or we will get liberation once we are able to satisfy the God. And when God, the Supreme Lord, is happy with all our progress, He will ultimately give you that. Okay. So never ever think that, am I really making spiritual progress? You are 100%, 1000%, infinity% sure that you are making progress. Even if you don't believe or if you are not able to convince, God is there, and the truth is you are making progress. So now, whatever I told till now is theoretical. Correct? Everybody will have to agree, and there is nothing like disagreement because whatever I told is a fact and it has to be accepted anywhere. Okay, now it's all good, but still a person is having a doubt. Okay, I'm convinced with whatever was discussed till now. I'm making progress. So even if I am expecting $1 million and I need to wait for 5 years or 6 years to get that $1 million in my salary, still the corporate is giving me monthly salary of $5,000, which is credited. So even though my ultimate goal is reached after 5 years, but the first $5,000 is coming in 30 days. So with that, I'm little bit convinced, and I'm making progress towards the $1 million. That way we can think. Okay. Now coming back to your spiritual progress. So when you are expecting something like $5,000, getting $5,000 in the first month, when our target is 5 years, $1 million, how that is related to my spiritual progress? How can I get a similar experience when I am doing spiritual practice? That's a good question, and it is a valid, and also there is nothing wrong in thinking like that, because we are making progress, and that is clearly seen by receiving $5,000 from the corporate in the first month. Similarly, we are making spiritual progress. We are practicing spiritual things, and our ultimate goal is to get liberation. But still, I'm doing practices every day. Okay. Then, you believe or not, God will not even wait for 30 days. He may give you some kind of glimpse, like what you are going to see anytime. Some people may be very soon, some people may get delayed, but definitely God will keep your tempo positive. It means like He will definitely give you motivation, and He will try to make sure that you will not get demotivated. But the thing is, patience is very, very key. We should definitely have patience. And if we are expecting very, very aggressive results, our practices should be very, very aggressive. Okay. Irrespective of your progress, irrespective of your practices, definitely the ultimate goal is guaranteed. But the thing is, the what matters is the timeline. Okay. Some people may get soon, some people may get delayed. But the main key here is never ever give up the hope. God is there, liberation is to be achieved, truth is there. You need to hit the target. That's it. Those are the things we should keep, and don't have disbelief on what you are doing. Okay, whatever you are doing, the spiritual practices, be confident and believe in God. That is a very important thing. Okay. Now let's come back to that $5,000 thing. In the corporate, there we are receiving $5,000, so we are at least seeing some money, so we are confident. Similarly, in general, I wrote this slide, but I wanted to just focus on whatever is bold here. Food. Transform naturally. So, when we start doing spiritual practices, automatically your mind will be clear, you will have peace of mind, you will not have that much anxieties which you had before you started practicing this. And I would like to just give one small example here, how a person can think that the progress is happening. The very, very first thing what I observed, not very first thing, just one of the thing which I noticed in many cases is people who are doing spiritual practices, first they will stop eating non-vegetarian. So I'm just talking with respect to Hinduism, and I'm not talking about any other religions here who eat non-vegetarian. I'm not commenting anybody. We are not discriminating anyone. We are not supporting anyone. We are just trying to just analyze what are the things we observe in a person if he's doing some spiritual practices. Okay. So when it comes to the Hinduism, whoever is following Hindu philosophy, they will first see a change that they will try to stop non-vegetarian eating, and at some point they will stop. So if you see majority of the people who are making spiritual progress, you don't see anybody who is very spiritual and eat non-vegetarian every day. It is very rare, and I don't even want to see that kind of person, because a person who is spiritually inclined, he will definitely feel that he has to at least stop, and at some point he will stop. That's good. So that is the one thing which, one of the parameter which I would like to discuss here. So I have seen not too many, but at least a few cases where whoever is making spiritual progress, the very first thing they will think of is stopping non-vegetarian, eating non-veg, because they think that it is, we are creating problem to the other animals. And so they will get a thought immediately when they start spiritual practices. The people who are in the group or whoever is following the similar pattern, they would have already stopped, and they would have told many things that yeah, we stopped because we don't want to hurt any animals or something. And definitely this, the person who is already who started the practices also will get a thought, and slowly he will drop, he will reduce, and then slowly he will stop. Okay, that is one parameter where it's very easily noticeable. And so don't don't take that like if anybody is making spiritual practices and they're still eating non-vegetarian, they're not making any progress. Don't come to that judgment. It's a matter of time. Slowly, if your intention is very strong to stop non-vegetarian, it will be stopped soon. Otherwise, you wait. Okay, you may be seeing some other parameters which are mentioned here, like your mind may be clear, okay, and you are having some old tendencies of doing some bad things which you are not doing now. So many things are there. Your heart becomes softer. It means like you will speak differently to the people around you compared to the way you used to talk before you started the spiritual practices. So many things are there. But what I feel is the easy way to understand is just check with the people who are making spiritual practices and ask them whether they eat non-vegetarian or not. You will see most of the people who are little bit elevated, they would have stopped eating non-vegetarian, and automatically it will happen. So definitely the point here is like, the conclusion for this point is you are definitely making progress. That is 100% sure. But if you really want where I can see the change, there may be multiple parameters where you can get a glimpse of your progress. And the main thing is here, the food habits will change, and that is indication that you are making spiritual progress. That is a one parameter. Okay, don't conclude this as the food is the main thing. If they stop non-vegetarian, that is the only progress assessment, like that. So there are so many other factors where you can see the difference. But irrespective of whatever the difference, try to keep continuing the practices, which is very important. Okay. So now the first point is covered, discussed enough. The second thing is very, very important. Suppose a person is having any problem and someone told to do something to get rid of the problem. Okay, so it's a kind of remedy for the problem. Okay. There is always a possibility that the remedies, whatever they are doing, will give a feeling sometime at some point that they are not working. But the truth is, they are working, but the effort which needs to be put in is not there yet. Okay. Let me rephrase my sentence. What I am trying to say is, suppose there is a problem which needs to be, which we need to clear, and for that 6 months of a remedy has to be practiced. So after 6th month only the problem will be resolved. But if the person who is doing following this remedy is expecting to be solved within the first month, it doesn't happen. Why it doesn't happen is the past karma, the previous karma, whatever he did, is coming back in the form of a problem here. And the problem is big. So when the problem is big, the remedy also will be little difficult. Remedy has to be done very seriously and for a long time. Okay. That is the thing. So I have seen not too many, 2 cases. The one case, some person got some suggestion or some inputs from spiritual leaders or some friends, and they practiced those things, and immediately, very soon, they came out of the problems. And there is another case where I have seen like it's very, very negligible things they are seeing a change, but still they're following the practices. It is good, because if you get demotivated or if you think that the remedies are not working, they will never work. Okay, only thing is we should have faith in whatever the remedies we are following, and then we need to do it till we get our problems resolved. Okay, so everything is, the very important point mentioned here is divine justice is perfect and compassionate. Divine justice is like how much problem we need to face based on our past karma is very, very accurately calculated. And the results of the past deeds which are bad are coming to us in a form of a problem. And luckily, the philosophy has so many things mentioned to get out of the problem. Okay, so we need to do the practices. How long they have to do, it has to be done. There's no perfect answer for anything, but just for the namesake or for the satisfaction of the person who is in the problem, they will give some certain timeline. Okay, I'm not telling this as a confirmation. Somebody will tell us do it for 15 days, do it for 42 days or something like that, 2 months or 3 months. So the timeline is just to give a boosting to the person who started doing practice. If the person was told do this practice continuously till your problem is resolved, then that person may think that what is this? It may not work. That kind of feeling they will get. If they tell do it for 42 days, they have to do for 42 days. It is not that the 43rd day they will see a dramatic change and everything will be resolved. The change may be happening, and sometimes people who are told to do 42 days, the result may be seen on earlier, like 10 days, 11 days, or 15 days, even well before the 42nd day. In some cases, the result will not come even after the 42nd day, and they need to still continue for another 1 month or 2 months. Then they will see the result. Okay. So we need to just continue to follow the remedy, and then don't expect that it has to be resolved after a certain timeline, because we never know what is the impact of the previous deed we did. Okay. And the very important point mentioned here is every prayer, every chant, every act of restraint is seen and recorded by the Lord. This is very, very important. Nothing, no effort which you put towards God is going to go waste. Everything is accountable, everything is recorded, and it will give the results as and when required. This is also repetition of the same thing. Nothing offered to the divine ever goes in vain. Impossible. Never, ever it will happen. Each sincere effort becomes a step toward purification, protection, and ultimate liberation. This is very important. Last one, ultimate liberation, is what we are expecting. When we are expecting ultimate liberation, the timeline will be very big, because it's not a small thing. Once we achieve that, you are there. That's it. You don't need to do anything else after that. So ultimate liberation, if that is your target, and don't expect that to happen dramatically within next 5 days or 10 days or 1 month or 2 months or 3 months. Sometimes it may take lives. Sometimes it may be immediately. Sometimes it may be in this life. We all wish and hope that it will be in this life. If our practices are very perfect, and if we are doing very sincere effort, then definitely God will keep you in the list. And whenever our things, whatever good things we did, are matching to whatever God is expecting us to do, then you will get liberation. That's it. So I think the 2 points are covered here. So just to give a quick recap, you are definitely making a progress. There is no doubt in that. But only thing is, don't keep on assessing, and don't try to measure your progress in your way. Okay. Progress is always there. You don't need to worry about the progress. You are making progress. It will be happening. And only thing is, you need to continuously do the effort. Put the effort. That's it. Second one is, why remedies will not work is like, because the previous deeds, whatever we did, may be very, very big. The mistakes what we did in the past may be more intense. So that is the reason you are having a problem here. And if you are luckily, if you get any solution, or if you get any kind of tips to get out of the problem, you may have to do it more and more aggressively and more time, and to compensate the bad deed whatever you have done in the past. Okay, don't expect that everybody's timeline will be the same. If any problem is there, all the 10 people, suppose same problem is there for 10 people, 10 members. If the same thing will be given to all the 10, so all the 10 will not get out of the problem on the 10th day or 11th day or some day. Okay. There is no particular timeline for when they get the thing resolved. But definitely it will happen. But the thing is, it may take some time, because it depends on how much bad credit is there in the past, which is what they're seeing the problem now. Okay. So don't get demotivated. try to do hard work. Whenever some remedy, you are working on some remedy, do not try to think that it is not working. It is working, but only thing is it may have to, you need to continue that for more time to get it work, to really to make it work. Okay, so I think the topic is pretty much covered here, and I just wanted to show you two slides which are helpful, and I have a detailed video, detailed. I have discussed the two slides which I am going to show you next in detail in another video. You can go to the channel and see that video. But I just wanted to show you the two slides. I'll keep the slides for a couple of for a few seconds, just to have a glimpse of it. And then if you have any doubt or any question, you can always reach through the email, and also you can leave a comment. Then we will try to see what is that we can do. So let me keep the two slides. This is a very, very important thing, and we as a team, we are following these 10 points. So this will give a real good confidence for us, and we are not adding any bad karma or good karma to our account. So we are keeping our balance neutral, like we are trying to only dispose, and our aim is not to add any good or bad karma to our life. Let me go to the next slide. And these are the things which our team is trying to follow. Maybe whatever the things we mentioned here, whatever possible, we will try to do. And we are trying to do our best to utilize this human life. So let me go back to the main thing. So the topic is pretty much covered. So anyway, there's no timeline, like we can discuss this for so many hours also. But whatever the things we have discussed so far is good enough, I think, to understand the 2 points mentioned here. So try to be positive. Try to be patient. Patient means like have patience. Time will give you everything. Only thing is how much time you cannot even think. It is in the God's hand how much time is needed for you to get the results. Okay. So I think the topic is concluded now. So continue your spiritual practices without doing any assessment. And if you have any problem in the life, and if somebody suggested you to do something to get out of the problem, you continue to do the things and have faith in God. Definitely God will help you. But only thing is, it's a matter of how much time it will take. But it will not take much time. If your prayers are very strong, God will give you relief from the problem you have, and you will be happy. So just to give an idea, like we have a group email address, which is groupstl.2022@gmail.com. And our website is steppingtowardsliberation.com, which is not ready yet. Hopefully and wishfully, we will have the website coming up soon. And whatever the videos we are making in our channel are all the topics are thought-provoking, which everybody has to think, and we need to understand those things. If we understand the things properly, then we will not do a mistake. There are so many things happening around the world. There are people who are killing others and who are doing very, very crazy stuff, which is really very bad situation. And we don't know why they are doing. And if suppose a person is doing some spiritual practices and who is believing in God, they don't do all those kind of crazy things. So have faith in God. try to do some spiritual practices. Automatically, if you are transformed, you influence some others also, and they will also try to get transformed. And slowly, if everybody does spiritual practices, then the society will be good, and the bad things which are happening around the world can be reduced. And we wish the society will be in a good state compared to what we are now. Okay. So try to reach us if anybody is interested. We are doing some other practices also. We will be having a call every day over 1 hour where we are listening to Puranas. And also sometimes we will discuss some good topics. So it's a very interesting thing. Like we need to spend at least half an hour to 1 hour daily to focus on our liberation, the practices which will lead you to liberation, which is good. So try to do that. And if anybody is interested to know like what we are doing and how you can uh, be helped, like it is not that we are here to help you and you are seeking help. How we can make progress all together. Okay. So just get in touch. We will discuss more. Okay. So if anybody has any question or something, they can always comment in on this video, and we will see. Okay. So all the best, and I think this video is helpful. Hari Om.